Hey guys, this is Clinton Jeff, and today I'm super excited because we're checking out the next evolution in Adidas midsole technology with the brand new Adidas 4D Forward Pulse. This is the first time that Adidas has combined their 4D midsole technology along with their more traditional EVA foam cushioning, both in one midsole. So yeah, this is a really interesting shoe. Let's check them out. Alright guys, first up, if you're liking what you're seeing so far, don't forget to hit the like button right below and maybe subscribe in case you haven't yet. Or if you're really into sneaker reviews, hit me up on Instagram and maybe give me a follow at Clinton Jeff. Really helps out with a smaller channel like mine. Now back in May, we saw the new Adidas 4D Forward drop. It was priced at about $200 in the US, and the big deal about that shoe was the new version of the Adidas 4D midsole. The 4D Forward had a brand new 4D lattice pattern, one that Adidas says is 23% more cushioned and generates 3 times as much forward motion as previous 4D patterns, which is all meant to make the 4D Forward a really efficient running shoe. Adidas worked with their partner Carbon, the creators of the 4D tech, to create an entirely new 3D printed midsole design, which incorporates a unique property of physics, where the 4D Forward cell shape translates vertical impact forces from a runner's downward step into forward momentum. The forward cell shape shears forward, redirecting vertical impact into that forward motion. Now what this means is, as the lattice is compressed, instead of just bouncing back up, it moves forward diagonally, like as if you landed on a surface at an angle. Now while all of this was true, for me personally, while the 4D Forward was a comfortable enough running shoe, and it did help with my runs a tiny bit, it wasn't really that dramatic of a change at all, and the shoe was still really expensive. And that's where the new Adidas 4D Forward Pulse comes in. It only uses 4D in the heel area, while the forefoot and other parts of the heel use a more traditional EVA foam cushioning, which makes for a lighter shoe, but also one that is significantly cheaper than the 4D Forward. Plus, you all have to admit, it looks so darn cool. I feel like that hit of 4D is even more visually impactful than an entire 4D midsole. Or maybe I'm just too used to seeing 4D midsoles nowadays. Mostly mine. The new Adidas 4D Forward Pulse dropped on August 12th at a price of $160 in the US. As you can see, I got the signal green marketing colorway, which I think shows off the midsole the best. But the 4D Forward Pulse also comes in more subtle colorways, like a white with a hint of black, and a black with a hint of white, as well as a black and purple colorway in the men's models. The women's colorways actually seem to be more fun this time, with this tan and cream colorway, and this pink and white colorway as well. Coming to the box, the 4D Forward Pulse comes in the new light grey Adidas Prime Green branded box, with the N plastic waist made with recycled materials all prominently displayed around the box. Adidas uses this new box for whatever shoes they make with their prime green high performance recycled materials, which is what is used on the upper of the 4D Pulse with no virgin polyester used as well. Even the 4D midsole here is made of 39% bio-based material as well. The box is just a nice way to let you know that you're buying a shoe that is made with sustainability in mind, which is a huge priority for Adidas at the moment. Inside the box, you just have the shoes wrapped in this paper, no extra laces or anything else. And then coming to the shoes themselves and starting with the upper, since it's a more affordable shoe, Adidas didn't use the same lightweight PrimeKnit Plus upper that they used on the 4D Forward. Instead, the Pulse uses a new 3-layered mesh upper, which Adidas says has been engineered for seamless stretchable support for lateral and linear movement. And while it's thicker, I actually do think it's more comfortable and durable on feet. You can actually see the 3 layers of this mesh, with this black base layer, which also acts as the inner sock liner, with this neon green layer on top of that, and this black layer on top of everything. This gives the shoe a really cool, almost snake scale like pattern around the toe box and throughout the shoe. It's actually really well done, and I love the effect you get from it. You'll also notice this black protective overlay around the toe box, which is there to give this area more structure and prevent your toenails from poking through the upper. The upper also hardens around the base of the forefoot area, so it has more structure to prevent your forefoot from sliding over the midsole. One thing I also want to point out here is that unlike the one-piece booty-like construction on the 4D Forward, the construction here is more traditional with a separated tongue. Moving on, along the sides of the shoe, you'll see the 3-layer mesh upper extend all the way towards the back of the shoe with these signal green 3 stripes on the side of the midfoot area. These stripes also happen to be 3M reflective, so they look really cool at night. You'll also see this black overlay here, which adds some structure and durability to the upper, but also extends upwards towards the lacing area of the shoe. And then coming to the top of the shoe, you'll see these flat black laces that go through a pretty regular lacing system. There are these signal green nylon lace loops with the upper 2 eyelets going through the supportive overlay and the mesh upper as well. At the topmost eyelet, you'll see this hit of 3M reflective material around it with this dash of bright neon green stitching. You'll see those bright neon green stitches in stripes along the supportive overlay, adding a bit of durability to the lace loops here. And then underneath the laces, you have this really cool design on the slim but nicely padded tongue. It sort of looks like a spine or a backbone in this design with the central line and these lines of padding flowing out of it. This cool design actually makes for a really comfortable tongue, while at the top of the tongue you'll just see the usual Adidas performance branding printed on in white. Coming to the inside of the shoe, you'll see this very Ultra Boost-like pull tab in the heel area with this nicely padded collar that feels great on feet. There's a really well padded black sock liner around the ankle and the collar area, while the rest of your forefoot is just up against that mesh upper. And then at the bottom is your usual Adidas insole, this time in that signal green color with the 4D forward branding printed on in black. And then lastly, coming to the back of the shoe, you'll see the mesh upper turns more black towards the rear with this bright neon green overlay that looks like a tiny heel counter, but is actually just aesthetic and also has a 3M reflective coating as well. The shoe does seem to have an internal heel counter, just like the regular 4D forward, so that's why you don't see any external heel counter here. And then at the back, you'll see this neon green heel pull tab kind of thing, which has the same padded pattern as the tongue here, but without that backbone central line. It seems to be slightly asymmetrical as well, which really triggers my OCD. But with that Ultra Boost-esque raised heel tab, it does feel really great on feet. Alright, that's about it for the upper. Let's come to the main attraction of the shoe, which is the new midsole. That super comfortable upper lies on top of a midsole that is Adidas EVA Foam towards the forefoot area, but has a slab of 4D forward lattice under the heel area, with another slab of EVA foam underneath the extreme end of the heel area. It's really interesting to see this 4D sandwich between these two EVA foam slabs. Adidas is calling this a 3D printed heel cradle, since the 4D is basically 3D printed. This 4D setup tilts downwards from the heel to the midfoot to assist the runner or walker through their stride, and is given extra support by reinforced foam pieces in the heel and forefoot. Now I'll talk about how this feels later on in the performance section, but first I need to talk about the awesome design of the lattice structure here. Now we've seen 4D midsoles for a while now, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. I have a separate video that I'll link to in the description below in case you want to know more about Adidas 4D tech. Or you can check out my 4D forward review for more information on the new lattice structure as well. But just to give you the gist of it, the midsole is 3D printed from a liquid polymer that uses oxygen, lasers, light and heat to harden it up before it's pulled out of a liquid vat. The result is this cool lattice structure that you see, making it probably the most unique midsole out there. We already saw this new bow tie design of this lattice in the new 4D forward shoe before, but what's interesting here is how it's been changed once again, especially around the heel area. It's not quite as angled and spiky as on the 4D forward, which means that this is a very different take on it. In addition, there's only one row of the 4D forward lattice here, while on the regular 4D forward shoe, it's 2 rows, which is interesting. And then lastly, you'll notice this really interesting break in the outsole, right here where the 4D forward lattice goes from an angle to a more straight pattern as it flows along from the heel EVA foam to the straight outsole under the midfoot area. I'm going to assume that this is just here to help with flex for each stride you take in the shoe. Apart from that, you'll see this 4D forward branding on the lateral side of the EVA foam, which is here in this black color. And then lastly, coming to the bottom of the shoe, you have this pretty boring but very grippy black rubber outsole in this opaque traction pattern, which is similar to what you'd find on most 4D shoes. The reason why it's opaque is so that no dust or dirt or tiny stones from the ground get sucked into the lattice here. Since that might mess things up a bit, you'll see this little line of a depression in the outsole for that break in the 4D. But apart from that, it's pretty much your usual 4D shoe rubber outsole. Like I said, it's really grippy and I've had no issues with it, even on a wet road, so it's all good. And yeah, that's about it for design of the 4D forward Pulse. As you can see, it's not as lightweight a design as the regular 4D forward, but it definitely feels more aggressive and slightly more chunky a running shoe in its design. Coming to fit and sizing, these do seem to fit true to size if you have regular narrow feet. I'm a size UK 11, but I have really wide feet. So I went up a half size to a UK 11.5 and they fit great. This sizing is very different from the knit on the regular 4D Forward, for which everybody recommended going down a half size or a full size. Adidas sizing is just all over the place lately. Of course, the best way to know for sure is to head on over to an Adidas store and try out a pair if you can. But otherwise, if you have regular narrow feet, go true to size here. Or if you have wide feet like I do, I definitely recommend going at least a half size up. Moving on, let's talk about performance and comfort. Now, in terms of cushioning, the new 4D Forward structure is definitely the softest 4D that Adidas has made to date. But it's still 4D though, so it's still somewhat hard and nowhere as soft or reactive as Boost. 4D also does tend to have a break-in period before it starts to mold to your feet and get a little softer, but it takes a while. As a result, it's more similar to a mid-tier sneaker EVA Foam, so don't expect too much in terms of bouncy cushioning out of the shoe. It's kind of similar to the Adidas Light Strike Foam that we saw on the Adidas SL20, but not quite as reactive. And here on the Pulse, we see the 4D coupled with a standard EVA Foam cushioning, which means all in all, this is a pretty regular feeling sneaker, at least in terms of comfort underfoot. It's a very standard level of foam cushioning, so it's comfortable but not quite too comfortable. And you can really feel that 4D heel cradle since it's a little harder than the foam. But on the flip side, you can really feel it try to push you forward into a run. Moving on, coming to the whole redirecting vertical impact into forward motion bit. For the 4D Forward, I really bought into all the Adidas marketing and all their videos, so I really got my hopes up high because Adidas said that that shoe was the future of running. But ultimately, they didn't really live up to the hype because while that forward momentum was there, it's not quite as pronounced as all the Adidas awesome marketing videos made it out to be. The new 4D Forward bow tie lattice structure was supposed to propel you forwards, converting the braking forces of your downward stride into horizontal forward motion. With that theory in mind, it's best suited for heel strikers like me, who would gain the most benefit from this propulsive midsole. So it's no wonder to see Adidas place the 4D structure under the heel area here in the new 4D Forward Pulse. I've only worn the Pulse for about a week on my casual daily runs, most of which were about 60-minute recovery runs. And I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I actually like the Pulse more for running than the regular 4D Forward. Like I said earlier, as a heel striker, I was really looking forward to the new midsole technology. But that being said, the feeling isn't really dramatically different from a standard running shoe with a rocker design, which would help you move through your foot strike. But there's still that subtle amount of difference in that you can feel the 4D heel cradle sort of absorb the impact and nudge you forward on your runs. The overall ride is definitely really unique in how it feels, and transitions are somewhat smooth, going from the 4D in the heel to that softer EVA foam cushioning in the forefoot area. Of course, you don't get a radical reactive bounce that you get from a super plush or bouncy foam cushioning like Boost. Instead, this is a more mellow, natural ride with a decent amount of cushioning thanks to a combination of EVA and 4D all around. As such, instead of getting that responsive feeling of crushing a foam down and then having it bounce back up, the energy return here feels more distributed, but still slightly better than the regular 4D Forward. Mostly because that impact is absorbed by the 4D, which propels you ever so slightly onto the foam cushioning of the forefoot, which also absorbs some of the impact and then bounces back to push you forward. So while it's not exactly the snappy response you get from a pair of Ultra Boosts, or even a racing shoe with high performance foam, it's still significantly more reactive than the regular 4D Forward in my opinion. With the regular 4D Forward, you just weren't getting any bounce back at all, which is not a problem here because of all the EVA foam around. As a result, the Adidas 4D Forward Pulse is actually a really great casual running shoe. I still think they are best suited for recovery runs at a mellow pace, not really a racing shoe at all because of the weight and the thicker upper. Even the effect of the new 4D doesn't feel as muted because of how they're used here, and the EVA foam cushioning makes these a more comfortable ride as well. This is a pair of shoes that feels like it's nudging you forward to run faster, which is just a great feeling to have. Alright guys, with all that out of the way, let's take a look at the Adidas 4D Forward Pulse on feet. Alright guys, that was the brand new Adidas 4D Forward Pulse. You know, for the longest time, I've been hoping that Adidas would attempt to make a cheaper 4D running shoe just so that more people could check them out. And I think that this is the best we're going to get for a while. Coupling 4D with standard EVA foam cushioning might actually have been a little genius, both in terms of bringing the price down, but also in terms of creating a shoe that feels more reactive and comfortable than a standard pair of 4Ds. Now that being said, for a change, these shoes actually feel more meant for running than for casual everyday wear. They just offer a very usual amount of cushioning, so they're not necessarily super comfortable for casual wear, but instead they're just okay. So you could still get them for casual wear if you want, but keep in mind that 4D does have a break-in period, and you won't really feel much of the impact of that 4D heel cradle when walking around, as you would when actually running around and heel striking in them. But either way, the Adidas 4D Forward Pulse is a really cool, aggressive looking shoe that is great for casual running, and I just love that Adidas is finally experimenting with this new 4D implementation. So yeah, that's what I think about the brand new Adidas 4D Forward Pulse. I'd love to know what you guys think about this shoe and whether you are thinking about picking up a pair of these. Let me know right in the comment section below. Of course, if you want to see more photos of the Adidas 4D Forward Pulse, you can check them out over on my Instagram account and maybe give me a follow at ClintonJeff. And hey, if this video was helpful and you want to support the channel, don't forget to hit the like button right below and maybe subscribe in case you haven't yet, because that would be massively appreciated. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.